Welcome back to Sahara TV. My name is Freda Fokonkwo. I hope you've been enjoying our programming today. We just brought to you the Queen Mother. Where else will you find the Queen Mother come on your TV show and talk about the history of African Americans and the African American History Month here, other than Sahara TV? So this is our Skype call segment. This is the segment where we let you give us your feedback on all the issues going on in the country. Today we are discussing three main topics. The first one is the quote-unquote death and resurrection of President Jonathan, the First Lady of Nigeria. We're also going to talk about the PDP governors and their claim that they had an agreement with President Jonathan for a single term for the president. And the third thing we're going to talk about is this decision that came down this week, where a judge ordered Nigeria to pay 37 billion naira to the people of Odi for the military action that was taken during the term of Olusegun Obasanjo. And we're asking you, do you think that Obasanjo should now answer questions at the International Criminal Court of Justice? We have on our Skype calls, 5 of you or 6, we have Matt King from Mina. We also have Yemi joining us from Toronto. We have Emmanuel from Russia, Abdul from Brazil, and Johnson from Russia. So let me start with you. Let me go to Matt King. Welcome to Sahara TV. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, welcome to Sahara TV.
Yeah, hello, I'm with you.
Okay, so...
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
What's your comment and what do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, all the issues you have, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, we can hear you.
Okay, all the issues you have itemized are just the issues that concern our dear nation, Nigeria.
Okay.
And looking at the first point of call, which I just want to speak about, is the issue of the PDP signing agreement with the President Jonathan for the single term.
Okay.
Well, my point of view in this is basically that the issue of single term with the President Jonathan, when he was about coming to the office, maybe at the primary level or whatever level it may be, that should be a party issue. Because I don't see, there's no area in the Constitution that says, as in, maybe parties should dictate to their to elected president, as in the issue of coming to terms of agreement or whatever. So if they really believe that they have signed agreement with Jonathan, it shouldn't cause a chaos at this level, because the government is still very, very young. For them to be coming out now that it should, maybe, do they want him to start campaigning or what? I'm just very optimistic that the issue of signing agreement with Jonathan should be a party thing. And PDP should allow their president. They brought him in, so they should allow their president to at least serve Nigeria better at this hour. And forget about the issue of single term, the agreement or whatever. Because if they continue with this, it's going to cause distraction to Jonathan.
Okay, okay, Matt King, hold on, okay? This is what I think we should do. Okay. We pick on the one topic and go around, and then we come back to another topic. So let me go to you, right. Emmanuel in Russia. Are you there?
Yeah, the same Emmanuel is Johnson. I think there was a repetition.
Oh, okay, Emmanuel is Johnson. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, so Emmanuel, what do you think about this idea of the governor saying that the president should honor their agreements, that he shouldn't run for a second term?
Anyway, I actually want to understand why was this agreement was in particular with Jonathan. Other previous leaders, they never had such an agreement.
Well, during Obasanjo's time, they said the same thing, that there was an agreement that he shouldn't run for a second term. So
now, why should they sound it clear now? Obasanjo in his own time actually wanted to go for the third tenure. So nothing was, they couldn't even stop him at the second tenure. So why should they be particular with Jonathan, actually? It's like they are giving
You're doing a great job. I really appreciate this.
Thank you.
Now, about the PDP governors trying to set up President Jonathan, it's so sad that this is happening, and unfortunately, it shows that our democracy has a long way to go. And we see other countries, they do primaries legitimately, and they have process they follow in order to nominate somebody for a party to support. So invariably, what is displaying to us is the corrupt democratic system, the parties we have in Nigeria. They are just displaying it publicly. If sincerely President Jonathan was nominated by the party, there should be no problem for him to run second term. But all these caucus cabals that form, okay, they sit around one table and say, obviously, I wasn't there, he might have signed an agreement. And if he had, based on mutual understanding, he should be able to respect that agreement. But look, democracy is not like that. Democracy is not cabal. It's the government of the people by the people. But obviously, the people are not involved at all. It's just a set of people meeting, oh, this is the person who will give power, let's give it to power. So left to me, it's just a display of wrong democratic system, wrong democratic policies within the PDP.
All right, hold on there. We have somebody in Brazil. I don't get your name very well. Can you please tell me your name, and then I want to get your contribution. Is it Abdul?
Yes, my name is Abdurazak Ibrahim.
Okay, Ibrahim. Abdurazak Ibrahim. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, regarding the one-term agreement between PDP and the president, I think Mr. President has the right and is entitled to contest for the presidency at any time, as long as that is sanctioned and guaranteed by the Nigerian Constitution. But having said that, if he signed or promised in an agreement between himself and the PDP, and he does not honor that, I think that should be considered as a party issue. Indeed, back in 2010, 2009, following the death of the president, Yar'Adua, yes, we were told that the presidency was supposed to be zoned to the north. There were lots of discussions, but in the end, Mr. Jonathan emerged as the president. And some of the people that really agitated at the time that the presidency should go to the north are still part of this same government. So I think the issue is not really about whether or not PDP signed agreement with Jonathan or not. It's the fact that we have problems in Nigeria. We have serious problems, and we need serious people to address them. And these serious people should come on a strong democratic platform. It doesn't really the problem. The issue that PDP signed agreement with Mr. President and he does not honor it. I think it shouldn't be the problem of Nigerians. Our problems should be searching for the right leaders, people who really understand our problems and people who can address these problems.
All right, let me stop you there. I'll go to Matt King, but let me premise this. So this is it. We all agree. Okay, probably there was an agreement. Probably there is not. But let's say he agreed, and based on the situation at that point, he needed their support, and he agreed to whatever they were saying. Okay, let's agree to that. Then the question is, at this point, there are people who believe that they want power to come to them because it was supposed to be zoned to them. And they don't feel comfortable that they can challenge the president within the party and win the nomination of the party to become the candidate. Because ideally, it doesn't matter whether there is an agreement or not. If you feel that you can do better than the president, you go to your political party and go through the primary process and win the nomination, and you become the candidate of the party. So like what you are saying, Abdul, you are basically saying, and I understand that, we don't have that political culture that could make the best candidate to emerge. My question to you, Matt King, is as a Nigerian, and you, I don't know if you're a member of the party or not, but what should be the concern of Nigerians? Should they be interested in the internal politics of the PDP and their president, or whether the candidate, the president, has actually performed enough to deserve a second term? Are you with me?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. One thing I want to point out clearly here is this. The political parties in Nigeria lack internal democracy. The issue of signing an agreement or no agreement, as I said earlier, should be an internal issue within the party and should not be brought to bring to the scenario as in bring into the polity of Nigeria governance. Using this medium of asking Jonathan to maybe declare or forget about second term is a point of distraction for him. Even if he has the mind to go for second term, even if he doesn't have. Now you will see sycophants be moving around him and telling him that don't mind them, don't worry, if you go, you will do something. Now, taking your question as, for instance, the parties should look forward to how their governors, their presidents can perform better. And I should forget about the issue of second or first term. A governor can come for first term and do better than governor that come for 2 terms, even if third term is allowed. But on the contrary, for some people to now come and say, because we want to be in power in the next year, the world is not ending now. If they even have it in their dream that the world is ending in the next 4 years, they should at least allow him to at least complete this term first. Then we can now see what will happen next.
Let me stop you, Matt King. The fact is that for any political party that is serious, they have to start preparing for the next election now. You can see the opposition; they're already planning about what to do. So it's not. I don't believe that they are distracting him. He's the president. He can decide what should happen. He can decide to keep doing his job.
Thank you very much.
He can basically ignore what they are saying. And you also know that people on his own side, they are already talking about him running for office. So it also shows that he doesn't seem to have control of his own party, the party that he's the person at the head of the party. But let me go to you, Yemi. Let me come to you, Yemi. Now, we all understand all these parameters and all these things going on in the country. And we have an opposition party trying to come together. What should be the focus of Nigerian people like you and I? What should be the focus? Are we going to be distracted by all these things that do not count? Because I'm interested in knowing who is performing, who is not performing. How can we get someone performing to perform, rather than whether we are going to side with the governors who are saying that the president agreed to 1 term or not?
But look, this is really very complicated. You know, you can't ask the common man that's looking for bread to eat, a graduate that's looking for job, somebody that's been out of school, and you know, you can't expect common man to now start bothering himself about people that are sharing money all these years. Then what Nigerians should be bothered about right now is they should start understudying the new form party, the current party, evaluate them. What has PDP done? Do they deserve to be there for the next 4 years again? That's the question themselves. And they should be warming up and focused on who next are we going to vote for. They should start looking at they should start asking questions. The new party, who's your presidential, what's your manifesto? What's your mission? What do you want to do? What's your plan for Nigerians? That's what we should be agitating for right now, not PDP, whatever. They'll settle themselves. Eventually something will work out for them.
All right, let me hold you. Stop there now for now. Let me go to Emmanuel. Emmanuel in Russia.
Okay.
Talking about distraction. This week we heard from President Jonathan, and once again, we lost a week in the life of the country, distracted by the fact that she said, quote unquote, that she died. And after 7 days, she resurrected and threw a party where they spent over 500 million naira to celebrate what she went through in Germany. And remember, when it was happening, they all said that no, she was on vacation, she wasn't sick, nothing was wrong with her. How do you feel about the spectacle that is President Jonathan in the life of that country?
I think it was a disappointment because it's like, because personally I followed the story when she was in Germany, and with all those press issues, she actually said that she went there to rest. And somebody was asking a question, how can you go to the hospital to rest? It was not clear, and unfortunate in that after some weeks or months after the rest in the hospital anyway, she came out to say that she was dead several times and then woke up. I think it's something that we should criticize. Something of that nature shouldn't even be there in the polity in Nigeria. But it's like our leaders, they are given the gift of lying to the people they lead.
Yeah, Abdul, let me come to you.
Yes.
What does this story, what does it say about the person of the president, the person that was elected to run the country? If we could go through this process of the wife of the president going abroad and going for treatment, coming home, later throwing a party, and what does that say about the man who is running the country?
Okay, before I comment on what that says about the man running the country, I think I'd like to say that this whole issue of the president's wife is silly. The wife of the president and her personal problems are not issues we should be discussing in the first place. Because it's only in Nigeria where people where really people talk about people and not issues, and that's why we're in this discussion. Like I said earlier, we have serious problems and we need serious people to address them. When you have a leader's wife, going on TV and telling you about her enemies who were sharing her belongings when she was in her sick bed, you have problem. And so we should be talking about corruption. We should be talking about
well, that's good, Abdul. That's good. But also,
yeah.
you know that in the budget, we also have 4 billion naira that is budgeted to be spent to build a First Lady mansion or mission. But it's all connected. I mean, the fact that you have that position and you have a character like that in that position, even if we don't want to, it becomes part of the story. You understand?
That's true.
So how do we, because it goes beyond just something we are discussing. This is part of our economy. The cost of sending her abroad for 60 days to be treated in a German hospital, I don't think the president paid it from his own pocket. It's all connected.
Well, that all goes to explain the kind of people we have as leaders, and that explains that's why we are all frustrated. We have lost confidence in government at all levels, and really Nigerians need to wake up and address this. There are still good people that can contest for elections and we can vote for them. But when you have people going on TV telling you about their experience in hospital and that they died and they wake up, and a president going on TV and international TV telling everybody that we no longer have problem of electricity in Lagos and Abuja, whereas the facts on the ground are different. We really have to wake up. We really have to do something about this.
Matt King, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm there.
So,
I'm here with you.
so Patience had Patience had a miracle happen to her in Germany. Did you, when you read this story, did you ask yourself the question I asked myself? Why didn't this miracle happen in Nigeria? Why must she go to Germany to pass through this miracle of dying for 7 days and resurrecting after 7 days?
Yeah, thank you very much. The issue of President Jonathan dying for 7 days and resurrecting. Nope. Well, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. So the issue of her dying and resurrecting after 7 days is what I just see as a propaganda, because for her to die for 7 days. We don't have a clear view of that. She is the one that came back and told us after millions of naira was spent on the, maybe congratulating her for welcoming her back from heaven. One thing I know that is clear is this. If Nigerian health system is sound and healthy, what will make, when we have even presidential clinics in Aso Rock, we have series of hospitals in Abuja, Lagos is there, Port Harcourt is there. We have all these big cities, we have teaching hospitals that government funds billions of nairas every year in the budget. What is the efficiency? What are the efficiencies of those money being pumped into all these hospitals? What will make her to go to Germany? Is it to go and relax? Because what we had initially was for her to go and relax and something went wrong and all that. Well, that is what we call corruption. On my own side, when I read that story, I said it's the chase. Even on the wife of the president, for her to say she went to Germany to go and relax, and then she died for 7 days. We don't have a Nigerian doctor that confirmed that well, she died for 7 days. Her properties being sold is none of her business. So one thing I know is that the government of the day should look into making life better for the citizens. Taking a critical look at the health system. Our roads are bad, and you are spending billions of naira on relaxation in the United States, in Germany, in Russia, in everywhere. Spending our money uselessly all over the places. It doesn't sound well. The government should look at how to make lives better to the citizens and at least stop corruption for a while. The citizens deserve the best service from
Okay. Hold on, Mark King. Emmanuel, is it Emmanuel? Emmanuel, have you spoken to me about patience? No?
Yeah, but you didn't give me much time to speak anyway.
Okay.
Adeyemi has not even said anything.
Yemi, let me go to Yemi. Let me go to Yemi. Yemi, we were during the time that she was abroad, we were talking about accountability and transparency. And most people were calling this show and we're saying that it wasn't necessary. She's a private citizen and we shouldn't care. Now, I don't know what position you had at that point. Are you mad that they lied to you? And are you concerned that if they could lie to you for something basic as somebody was sick, I am sick, anybody could be sick, that they are lying to you about so many other things? Has anything changed in your perception of the way that people who are on the side of demanding accountability and transparency, have anything changed in your perception of that demand and the need to have that?
Yeah. Look, this is not the first time it's happening. This story about the president's wife lying, all this, it's not the first time we've heard public officers lying and something else happened in the background. And to be frank, I'm very sorry to say, it's not going to be the last. We are still going to hear other stories like this that will come up. I grew up in a house that when they say when you must not lie, because if you lie, that means you are going to lie another lie to cover that first lie. You lie another lie to cover the second lie. So there's no point lying. So the point I want to drive at, and I want the other guests to really know is, it's beyond Jonathan's wife. Even the common man on the street, the banker you give your money to at the cashier, the teacher in school that you drop your kids in school with. The system is so corrupt. We are here, we're pointing fingers. The Nigerian masses themselves, are they not corrupt? Are they not saying lies? People go to church on Sunday. Monday, they go and commit check fraud. They go to mosque on Friday. By Monday, they are doing something else. So look, it's a system thing. the society has degenerated and is continuing to degenerate.
Okay.
So education system is in crumble. So right now, point of direction going forward, we need people of integrity in position of leadership. I agree with what Abdullahi said. We need to start focusing on how to get the right people into power.
Okay. Abdul Razak, how do we
Yes.
get the right people into power? I want you to answer this question in this context. This week, a court in Nigeria said that the federal government should pay 37 billion to the people of Odi for the massacre of people there during the time of Olusegun Obasanjo. And I believe that we need to have accountability and transparency in the country. And I want to ask you, when we don't punish people for doing bad, when there's no consequences for things that people do, it tends to encourage those actions. And we asked this question on our Facebook. Do you think that we should send Obasanjo to the International Criminal Court for trial for ordering the soldiers to go and kill people in Odi? And I'm asking this question in the context of if we want such actions to stop, just like we're talking about President Jonathan and the way they all went abroad for treatment. If we want anything to stop, we have to punish the people who did those things. Do you think that Obasanjo should be tried at the International Court of Criminal Justice? Abdul, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Abdul.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Accountability and the rule of law have always been the major pillars of progress in any society. And like the gentleman said, Nigeria, almost everyone is corrupt, right from the messenger, the shoe shiner, the governor, the president, and so on. So really, we need to improve our system, our judiciary system, the system of governance. There's need to be people must be accountable, and there should be at different levels of leadership, checks and balances, such that power does not concentrate in one hand alone. For example, if you're in Nigeria today, anybody can wake up and do anything, and then he gets away with it. There's nobody to check him up. Now, regarding whether or not Obasanjo should be tried for the massacre in Odi, well, I think we can explore that possibility. If there are facts enough on ground to suggest that he actually committed any form of atrocity against humanity, why not?
Okay, we have like 4 minutes left. So let me go through everybody and get the opinion about Obasanjo and the trial. Let me go to you, Emmanuel in Russia. What do you think?
Okay, first, I think what I would say, number one, is like, I don't have any trust in the Nigerian judiciary system. So I don't think what the judge may have said about all the people, I think it should be revisited before anybody could say anything about Obasanjo.
So are you saying that no people didn't die in Odi, or that they don't deserve to be
I'm not saying that people didn't die in Odi. Just as well, people are dying in the north. You understand me? I wouldn't say that people didn't die in Odi, but did he commit any direct crime in trying to stop whatever that happened in Odi in those days? So I don't see any reason why. Anyway, on the first, what I should say categorically, I don't have trust in the Nigerian judiciary system.
Okay. All right. Yemi, what do you think?
Well, I think like what Emmanuel said, the judiciary system in Nigeria is nothing to talk about. It's not professional. They are not. They are not independent. But as of right now, if they feel he has to go, let them do their work. That's just what I'll say. I'm not a lawyer, so if they feel he needs to go to the world court, they should let him go. And if they say he doesn't need, let it be.
Matt King, what do you think?
Yeah. Yes. I don't think the Nigerian judiciary system has nothing to do with sending Obasanjo to ICC, if we have enough evidence, proofs on ground to send him to International Criminal Court, well and fine. Let him go. It should be sent without delay. I support it. And the issue of the people that died in OD during the Obasanjo's regime, the penalties for the government to pay the people of OD. Well, I know that I have a friend who served OD is the NYSC in OD few years ago, and when she came back, the stories we heard from her still seriously alarming. So if there is enough proofs on ground, Obasanjo should be sent to ICC. Then I believe that by then the people of OD will have a fair justice, a better and fair justice.
All right.
Because no amount of money, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me, Abdul, hold on, Matt King. Let me come to Abdul. Just 2 seconds or 3. I want you to tell me, how do we begin? Because everybody agree, we all seem to agree that we need to have credible people in power and accountability and transparency. How do we make that happen? When we all agree that there is no, the culture of democracy and the structure is not there, it's not going to guarantee us that such people can get into power. What do we do? Briefly, what do we do? How do we make sure that those kind of people will get to power?
Actually, it's a long process. It's probably not going to take place in the next 20, 50 years, but this is the right time to start. And the starting point is education. We educate ourselves, you know. We talk about issues openly and with transparency. You know, we say the truth no matter what. We teach young people how to stand by the truth, you know. We show people why it is bad to steal people's money, why it is bad to beg. We should teach young people to have self-esteem, you know, to teach young people to go after doing the right thing, you know, as a citizen. And then in the process, that's how the system will strengthen. Because in any society, there will always be people that will break the law. And in that same society, there will be people that will abide by the law. But when you have a system of punishment, system that brings people to accountability, and you make people aware of that, things will change. So it's really a long process, but education is a starting point, and it's already happening, you know. On the internet, there are several pages, you know, interact with people, and there are many people. We don't care whether you're a Muslim, whether you're from the north or you're from the south. We are for the truth.
Thank you so much, Abdul. Emmanuel, we're out of time, but if you're looking at Nigerians watching now, what will you say to them? One sentence.
I would say to Nigerians, it's the time that every Nigerian should wake up. Like, we should consider the fact that when next we're going to election, you think about somebody who represents your interest. Like, when you are sick, you have somebody that you can call, a number you can call, and then have a medical attention and things like that. So we should no longer keep it like it will take us so many years before we can change Nigeria. If we want any change, there's no need to postpone it some years to come. We can start now to work for the change that we want.
Okay, Yemi, I told Emmanuel one sentence. He gave me one paragraph. Give me one word, Yemi. What?
I can't give you one word, though. I can't give you one word.
All right, give me one sentence.
Now, Fred, I want to add to what we said earlier on.
Yeah.
Look, there should be justice for the people that have died on Lagos-Ibadan Express Road. Why haven't they done that road since? There should be justice for people that died in airline crash. Somebody should take responsibility. There should be justice for people that have died due to power failure because generator has gone, smoke everywhere. There should be justice for all those people that have died. And Nigerians should stop saying, this person is Awusa, I'm not voting for him. This one is Niger Delta, I'm going to vote for him. Let's just look at the truth in the eye and face the truth. And believe me, Nigeria will be good for it.
Okay, thank you, Yemi. Matt King, final word. Matt King.
Matt King is...
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Final word, final thoughts.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Say final word.
What's the question, please?
No, final thoughts. Okay. All right, Matt King is...
I'm not hearing you. But,
okay.
All I can say is that for Nigerians in diaspora that are watching this program, both my co-commentators, contributors, I just want to say that they too should at least once in a while maybe visiting their embassies and laying their complaints of what the people at home are saying. I know that maybe by one or two reasons, the government will see justice into what is happening, because government doesn't listen to people at home. It is when they want to get the vote, they want vote, that is when they know that they have citizens.
We should not give them again.
It's the people at home that will do the work. Oh.
They should not give them the vote next time they come to ask him for the vote again.
When they were voting then, we said they shouldn't vote. They didn't listen. So now you are now telling me I should look that the people where they house, we campaign, don't vote to vote this person will not come for debate. Go and vote for somebody else.
All right, thank you guys so much. I want to thank Matt King, Yemi, Emmanuel, and Abdul Razak for joining us. Coming back.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much. We're going to talk to Dr. Wumi Akintide. We're going to discuss some of these issues again, and we may give you a chance to also call us again and join us in this discussion. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.